Today's video, you're going to learn a thing too about how to build an enclosure. Tips, essentially. Anyways, scrap wood. It didn't hit me. Intro. Now, something I wanted to really get down lock and key when I was building my first cages is dry lock, the stuff you put on it. Because it can be annoying to put on, takes a lot of time, and I wanted to make it very efficient while still being very useful. That's where our first tip is going to coincide. Let's go look into it. Now, if you watched my first video, one of the things I mentioned about dry locking is it's annoying. Especially getting inside the cage, getting the roof of the cage, even when the cage is small or big, it can be kind of annoying. So how did I think about that? Well, I said, hey, as you're seeing on the screen now, took a piece of it and I started dry locking them individually, mainly the roof pieces. And then after I got the first and second coat on those, I'd put them on and screw them to the roof, dry lock it, silicone it, and it worked really well. You know, because the first coat's always annoying to get on, second's a little less, third one's easy. Either way, it was really easy, helped me out a lot, sped up the process quite a bit, so hopefully it works for you. Next one.
Now, drills are pretty useful, as we all know, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Let's go to it now. It is that you can use the drill to, well, drill into stuff, specifically, obviously, with screws. Now, why would you need to know that? That's pretty basic information, but just to save you some time, as you know, if there's a hinge on a door and there's nothing blocking the hinge, what's stopping the hinge from going inside? Well, that's what the screws are for. They're here to make sure your door doesn't go inside the cage when you're closing it, aka as well with the hinge, making it break, breaking the hinge off, and now you have to make sure your lizard doesn't get out while you're fixing a cage, or you don't see it and it falls off, say when you're at work, not there, or just not paying attention, and now you have to play catch a lizard. Not fun. Let's go talk about something else.
Now, what am I doing? I'm using clamps. Now, I believe I spoke about in the, first video that's like this. Buy clamps, lifesaver. If you're doing this by yourself, pretty much one of the only ways to actually get this done, if not wasting half your week. But what am I doing this for? I'm clamping on some wood to also help me, cut on the back end of the wood because there's a bit of a lip and I don't like it. Now, it's gonna help me run my saw a little smoother, as you're about to see right now. Sheesh, as the kids say on TikTok, but as you see, pretty decently straight, better than I normally do. Pretty useful. Next one. Oof. So why should you sub to my channel? Well, we got a Luca Garris. Gonna go in there, girly. Yeah, but as you know, I work with some cool stuff, and the cages you're watching now, well, that's what I built them for. There's a tree on there. Well, we won't talk about them yet, but they're big and blue and anole, so what could it be? Anyways, you should sub to the channel, watch my other videos. Maybe you want to learn about what I'm building the cages for. Ooh, sub, and there will be videos for them. Cool.
Well, now you see that hinge? It's missing a door, so let's go put a door on it. First thing you're gonna want is this epoxy resin. Now, there's two chemicals. You mix them, super sticky, really quick. If you don't mix them, super sticky, but it will take, forever to dry. And I mean forever. I don't believe it will dry. I don't know. My experience, it didn't dry in like 2 days, and I was losing my shit. But yeah, you're gonna wanna, put a little bit on, say, like a paper plate, something you can just throw away, Then mix it for a little bit. Get something you can mix it with, like a piece of wood, a toothpick. But I wanted to be an entertainer real quick, so I grabbed me a little plastic spoon, chewed the end off. It did not taste well. I did eat a little bit on accident. It was not a fun experience, but hey, it's for YouTube. I hate this, but have it, mix it, then have a fun time. Don't I look like a Bob Marley with bad hair? Well, let's speed it up.
Now, you're gonna want to obviously get this epoxy resin on the hinge in a really well fashion. You want to be there, you want to cover everything it's gonna touch. Because if it's there, 9 times out of 10, you ain't getting it off once it hardens. The best way to get it off is some alcohol, essentially. I'm gonna put up what it is on the screen. But yeah, so get it done, make sure it's done quickly, but don't rush it and make it look like shit. And then you put the door on.
Wait, pause.
As the screen is stuck right now, there's a giant hole in it. That's where I'm putting the mesh, but I don't have it on, so it makes it easier for me to do what we're about to see now. You're gonna pretty much want to sandwich the epoxy on the hinge on the door. Run your fingers on the back and on the inside. That way it pushes all of it there. Make sure any kind of air bubbles kind of get squeezed out as best as possible. And it just makes sure it glues well. And as you're about to see, as you're seeing now, that door opens pretty surprisingly well. With the hinges, with the screws, it opens, it closes, does everything you need. And it keeps my lovely lady, Anoles Farius, in there along with her boyfriend and the other lady. Yeah. Now, in this video, it's definitely a continuation of the first video. Like I said, there's a couple of these. But let's not face it, I've been building some cages, haven't been recording all of it. There's a good chunk I haven't... The Smallwood eyes are acting weird. But there's a good bit I haven't recorded. For example, behind me, you have a new breeding pair of Anoles. I have it on cinematic, so you purposely can't see its name. You have to sub to see what I'm gonna have in there. Oh, there. I've already posted them on here, like very slightly. Luca Gares. Yeah. Up here, wooden thing. I'm gonna rebuild this so it's more aesthetic. But cage. I'm surrounded by wooden cages, and I love it. It's definitely a feeling once you have enough cages where it's now top. What are y'all doing? They're weird. But it's definitely a feeling once you have so many cages you built. Yes, you as me. What, I don't know. But enough cages where you've built them that they take up a significant portion of the herp room, almost as much as your glass or PVC cages. And soon they're going to be the thing taking over all of them. And now that's what I really love. It's actually making me very happy. I'm very excited about this. If you like this video, sub, like, all that. If there's anything you want me to go over more, let me know. I'll do it in the next how to build a cage video. And after that one, I'm gonna make time to actually film it step by step. By that, I'm gonna force my little sister to record every part of it. Summer's still here. She don't got school. End of the video. Watch my next ones or old ones, or wait every Friday at 2. I'm serious. At 2, new videos drop. Sub. Much thank y'all for the love. Probably over 300 subs.